You see, from what you've seen, do you believe Joe Biden will be elected president of the United States from what you've seen in the vote?
Yes. You know, I think what the president needs to do is, frankly, put his big boy pants on. He needs to acknowledge the fact that he lost, and he needs to congratulate the winner, just as Jimmy Carter did, just as George H.W. Bush did, and frankly, just as Al Gore did. And stop this and let us move forward as a country. And that's my feeling. I doubt he'll listen to me, but that's it.
America's hero.
How's it going, you guys?
Hello, hello.
Hey, hey, hey.
Yay.
So welcome to the program, everybody. We've got me, food expert, John from the channel Be Less Stupid. We've got BrainDaddy, and then Laurice, is correct how to pronounce your name, right? Laurice F.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
On TikTok, and then Amanda Henn, and then Mermaidmama Maggie.
Hi, guys.
And I will go first. My name is Bert. I come from the channel Food Expert. I travel the world, try different crazy foods. I try to, you know, bring us together culturally and kind of show everyone there's more to this world than just this one country. Because here in America, they just are like, oh, I don't want to travel. I'm scared. I don't know what I can do if I travel. And then it's like, I don't know. It's just people never leave the country or their state or their county. It's weird. Anyways,
Lies, I don't believe it.
Food Expert is my name. Bert is my my name. Food Expert is my channel. And we'll move it on to John from Be Less Stupid.
Hey, man. How you doing? First, let me say congratulations to Vice President Biden, who is now President-elect Biden. I woke up yesterday morning very excited that something was going to happen. And I was quite pleased, obviously, to see that more than a year's worth of work, 2, 3, almost 4 years worth of work has finally paid off, right? I've dedicated my YouTube channel and a lot of my work to revealing the truth behind the Trump presidency at my channel, Be Less Stupid. And it's important that people know facts. And that's the thing that I'm interested in, bringing people. Although I'm a liberal, right, I'm not necessarily, I'm not just giving people liberal talking points, right? If the facts bear out from the point of view and it turns out that there are things that liberals believe, then I'm good with that. But anyway, I'm excited because I think that people now who have been marginalized across the country are now going to wake up and feel a whole lot better. And that's very exciting for us.
I sure feel a lot better since about a day and a half ago or 2 days ago.
Yep.
It's a good feeling. And so next we've got Mermaidmama Maggie.
Hey, guys. I'm Mermaidmama Maggie. I'm a mom. I'm on TikTok primarily, but I also have Instagram and YouTube. And I'm all about comedy, political comedy. I do political satire. You know, I throw in a little bit of me in the mix as well. But I'm so excited. This has been so phenomenal the last day or so. I just feel a weight lifted off my shoulders, and, you know, it just feels so good. I'm happy.
Definitely. And then we got Amanda Henn.
Hey, everybody. I guess I'm the cursing grandmother. But, you know, I'm on TikTok as Nadine is Woke. I'm on Instagram, Amanda Henn 2000, and YouTube, Amanda Henn. You know, I guess just follow me. You're going to have fun. I'm going to laugh. I'm going to sing a song or two. Like, it's a good day. I did that yesterday, y'all. But it's so much fun to be here, and I told you so.
Yeah.
And then we've got Laurice F, who is a really fun song creator on TikTok, and she really is creative on a lot of different levels. And I've been watching her since she had like 2,000 followers on TikTok. I think I've been on following you. I'm not sure, but yeah.
Wow, you've been around for a while then. Yeah, it grew really fast with TikTok. I've been doing like YouTube on and off for, years. But at some point my YouTube channel kind of like really exploded for a while. Like I got really excited and then it completely fizzled. So, but the format, because of what I do and my style, the format of TikTok fits me better because it's like more short stuff. And on YouTube, you know, they like longer vlogs and commentary and this whole like at least 10 minutes of content every time. It's like it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of work for
Like
sure.
I'm better at
It's
making
a lot of work.
like short, you know, funny songs. I'm not even really good at writing a whole song. Like I could write. Oh, my cat's jealous because I'm talking to you guys. Like meow meow meow. I want to get part of this. Like I just write silly songs, and I'm really good at writing like a short songs, like 15 to 30 seconds. So it works really well for me. So
I think
and I like to do political stuff. That's always fun. There's always like people interested in that. So yeah, what?
I think the biggest song was the Voting Blue song. Like, we're gonna vote blue. Like that song went so big.
Yeah, and I didn't even expect it. Like I heard, because it was originally a parody of, the I'm sorry for dripping, but dripping's what I do. I was like, well, this song is exploding right now, so I'm going to take it and I'm going to parody it, and I make it sound a little bit different, so it doesn't really even sound like the other song at all. I think that was based on another, like an old birthday song or something like that. I think the original melody is probably like ages old. So I was like, well, I could just do a short little thing about voting and maybe inspire some people, and next thing you know, everyone was using it. I was like, well, this is cool. I was like, this is awesome. I got so inspired by watching everyone's videos, and people were using it when they were going to vote, and I was like, oh my god, this is awesome. I was like crying just going through all the videos on that sound. I was so touched by it. It was just amazing. So
definitely.
Yeah.
And then we've got BrainDaddy.
What up? I am Mike, or the BrainDaddy, whatever you want to call me. I'm kind of been doing this for 6 months on TikTok. And like John, I hope the stuff I've said and done has at least inspired or helped some people into voting. But we won, so woohoo! The most important thing is we did it. We all did it. We won. To quote Dora, like our friend Bert likes to quote, yeah, we did it.
We did it! We did it!
There was no backpack or map involved this time, but we damn did it. So
we
involved, and it was, we stared at it for like a week straight.
Yeah.
I kept telling y'all every day, don't worry about it, we got it.
I don't think I have stopped like smiling on the outside and the inside since this was all. I was at work when this got announced officially, and I work around a few Trump supporters, so I couldn't be like, I couldn't go freaking out because then,
oh no,
I don't want to like upset anyone. But
I don't care.
I got right into my car and I was like, I know how to make a TikTok. I'm like, oh my god, we did it! So
it's a good feeling.
Yeah, it's a great feeling, and I'm super happy that we're out of the clutches of this evil empire that is the Trump family, hopefully in a few months.
So speaking of the empire, I wanted to play a quick video of the empire of doing what they normally do, like messing up everything, like they've messed up the coronavirus, messing up their press conferences, messing up their own things because they're so unorganized. And a lot of Trump's people are resigning right now. They're like, they've had enough. There's only 2 months left, and there's nothing good that can come out of this. Like putting on a resume, I've worked for the Trump people, doesn't really look so good.
No, they're all jumping off that sinking ship for sure.
Yep. The rats are jumping.
Yeah.
So I'm going to play a quick clip of Rudy Giuliani giving a speech here.
Oh.
Because they don't decide the election. The call for Joe Biden is it? Who was it called by? Oh my goodness, all the networks. Wow. All the networks. We have to think.
As he continued to be in a state of denial about the impending results of the election, Trump teased a big press conference at the Four Seasons in Philadelphia on Twitter Saturday morning. Unfortunately, the Four Seasons was not the actual location because Trump's lawyers were speaking at Four Seasons Total Landscaping, and even the hotel denied that they were holding the event. It was a landscaping store on the outskirts of Philadelphia, nestled nicely between an adult bookstore and a cremation center. So the team actually had to go through with it, and this is how they booked it.
Hello, Four Seasons Total Landscaping. Since 1992, we are not the hotel.
That is so good.
John,
I was wondering, like, you want to buy some shrubs? Do you want to get like some like bushes cut in his, you know, like
Well,
his
honey,
face?
they need to
Someone
sell
put them there?
something there and dead up to their eyeballs.
You guys, the writers of 2020 were on point with this one. That was, I mean, you look at Rudy Giuliani and you just want them to pan out to see this like derelict building in between a porn shop. It is too good. It is too good.
Think about all of the. Think about all of the things that have to. You have to be a dumbass about, right? Like somebody goes, "Oh, we should have we should have a press conference at the Four Seasons." So maybe that guy calls, and at no point does anybody say, "You know, this isn't the Four Seasons Hotel," right? But then the Secret Service probably has to go, and they have to check it out, and nobody reports back and says, "Hey, it's next to a store that sells dildos," right? It's a you know, it's a dilapidated parking lot kind of place, lawn care, and think about, and then they show up. And
Like
then
you can't have too many dildos.
Yeah, my favorite
Like,
part is they
you're
actually
not
committed to
wrong.
it. Like,
yes, that when they arrived, they decided, oh no, let's set up. Instead of going, hey, you know what, we've made a colossal mistake. Let's move this to this afternoon to a place that isn't next door to the dildo shop, right?
It's literally a circus. Everything they do every day. Yeah,
But
every day.
It's so
I believe
on brand
it's a turd
with Trump,
circus.
though. For them to double down and stay next to the porn shop, they always double down on every single decision, whether it's bad or not. They're like, "Well, we did
But
this."
Maggie, darling, everybody calls him a D-I-K, so it was a perfect opportunity.
Absolutely, it was perfect. Telling you, the writers of 2020 are.
I mean, every day there's something new.
After the whole
do you think they
Borat
went shopping
debate.
afterwards? Do you think they went shopping afterwards next door? And picked up a few things?
Oh, they got a
Over
bunch
here.
of calls, apparently.
They bought
were
the
flooded with
sling.
calls. Yeah. People were asking if Giuliani was there. People were calling them. They're very upset.
When I call you and tell y'all to meet me at the Four Seasons, it ain't gonna be at the landscape place.
Did you guys see what Jim Acosta tweeted? Jim Acosta?
No.
He said, we're setting something up at the Four Seasons, but nothing is concrete in quotes.
Oh my God, that is so good.
I mean,
brilliant.
Imagine if you're just a customer of that dildo shop, and you can just go in there and you see Rudy Giuliani.
I just figured it out, guys. This is what's happening. They're actually going to pivot Trump and the whole, the whole office to comedy. So that's what they're trying to do right now. That's their new job.
Have y'all been to Palm Beach? It takes an army of landscapers to clip all these hedges down here, honey. They're 30-foot pockets. We need a landscaping company.
They just got a really big boost in business.
For one, it's not in a normal part of Philadelphia. It's in like an industrial area. It's not where the rent. It's not where the rent is very high. It's not where you would go for like a premium plot of a rental land.
He's trying to say it in a nice way.
It's like an industrial park, right?
No, he's trying to say the hood.
Facility. It looks like a storage facility. It's so good.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So like a business park area, like an industrial park.
Yeah.
I wonder how much that costs to rent that.
37 cents.
$30. They got a coupon.
So I mean,
so bizarre.
It's just one of many things that they do wrong in this administration. I mean, the biggest thing they did wrong was not take Corona very seriously, and now they want to go with herd immunity. It's just going to create a big disaster for Joe Biden and us, killing probably 400,000 of us.
Look,
that's why.
Oh, I was going to say, look, these guys just don't get it, right? Axios just reported a little while ago that Trump plans to do more rallies
Yeah.
in an effort to shine a spotlight on this so-called election fraud that they don't have any evidence for. Right? They're going to travel the country to try to get people wound up in some way. First, the first disaster was the one in Tulsa, right? Where thankfully the people of TikTok tricked the software that the Trump campaign uses.
And
They thought 1 million
Herman
people had signed up, right? They thought 1 million people had signed up. And then I just was reading in the Washington Post that, Brad Parscale, a couple of hours before the event, has to sheepishly make a call to the president where he says he wasn't able to make it work out, that there's not going to be very many people, right? And then after the event, they write that Trump rode alone in the Air Force One, compartment that is, reserved for the president, rather than having people come in and out for meetings, et cetera, right? And so now their plan is to go around the country and get more people infected. We have the most number of infections today, brand new numbers, a new high record, right? They just reported from Johns Hopkins, 126,000 Americans were infected today.
Woo!
126,000 people. There were more than 1,000 deaths today.
Well, half of them probably was at a Trump rally.
Well,
Right.
but you know, you guys, I hate to say it, but it's not like we did any good. As much as we deserve to get out and people were excited, it's been 4 years and they've been waiting to celebrate. The Democrats didn't help the situation yesterday.
Correct.
When it came to COVID.
I was glad.
I will say this.
Go ahead.
At the very least, I saw people in New York City all wearing masks.
Yes.
I'm not saying that they were 6 feet apart. They clearly were not, right? But I did see a preponderance of people wearing masks, unlike the rally for the Trump supporters that I went to today in Beverly Hills, right? Where this group has been organizing every week for about the last 10 or 11 weeks. And
so basically, Donald
nobody
Trump
was
is
wearing
basically trying to turn us into weapons. Trump is trying to turn his people, essentially, into weapons to
kill
everybody.
everybody.
Correct.
He wants, he's like, it's like a Nazi mindset. He just wants to kill off anything weak or older or vulnerable. It's very
that would be him.
Very Nazi. It's very Nazi.
You guys, he never wanted to be president. What he wants is to be adored. And the fact that this is what this lame duck president is going to do is go around the country and have rallies. I mean, all he really has done in his presidency is neglect his job, go around and have rallies and play golf. I mean, and be a terrorist.
But y'all, the whole purpose of it is to promote this new television, station or whatever it's called. He wants to have a whole network of his own.
Ugh.
I don't think that's going to work because I think there's going to be people that want money from him when he.
But nobody's told him, darling.
Like at the end, at the end of his, when the time comes, I guess on inauguration day, if he has to be escorted out, Southern District, New York is coming for him.
For sure.
He has 3 different charges of taxes. 3 different charges.
There's rumors that he's doing this recent, trying to collect money to pay the money back that he owes. Like he's not doing it to pay for the lawsuits. He's doing it to pay for.
So 50%. What it says on their website for the donations is that 50% will be used for the lawsuits, and 50% of it will be used to pay down the debts accrued by the campaign. But that's in very tiny print, right? That's not the thing that they're advertising. They're asking
that
to donate
Deutsche Bank.
to his legal defense fund, and then underneath it, way at the bottom, it says that 50% of the money will go to pay down the debts of the campaign.
Well, the campaign owes about $200 million.
Yeah, the Trump organization, they owe like Deutsche Bank $350 million.
Yeah, but just the campaign itself is 200 million in debt.
These people are just grifters. They know that as long as they keep the base wound up, the base will keep reaching into their pockets and sending him money. And
Not if
that
they're
is
dead.
what they care about.
Well, and it's two birds with one stone. He gets money and he's keeping his narrative. And the fact that this narrative, it's not going to go away.
No.
And it will be a pervasive kind of underlining tone to Joe Biden's presidency that
I don't agree.
stole the election with his
I don't
people,
agree,
with Trump
y'all.
people, with Trump's people. I mean, not with us. We're over it.
I think that it's going to be the same thing as Joe McCarthy, out of, the senator that had the communist thing in the
House
50s.
Un-American Activities Committee.
Yeah, and he was real popular for a long time, and then people got tired of it and saw he was a con man, and he got censured by the Senate, and then he had to resign, and he went home and was dead within a year.
I kind of think that
you're right. I hope you're right. I would love for
Have
all
I
the
not been-
Trumpers to open their eyes and but man,
I honestly feel like I really am hoping for prison, because if he's locked up, there's no more damage he can do. So that's where I'm at.
He can try. He can still
try.
So one thing I think Joe Biden might try to start doing is he's going to start building this team around him to try to get a pandemic team to go and kind of assess the damage and get the proper information from Trump. I mean, it's like a whole bunch of things that they can do. I think Joe Biden's going to call all the governors and try to start closing down the states and get into lockdown early, because he's going to tell the governors, if your state is the worst of coronavirus, we're going to block you from entering any other states, just like Australia did. It's the right thing to do. If you want to keep the coronavirus at bay, you need to, like, a state that did a good job, like California, they're getting rid of the coronavirus. They don't want people from Wisconsin to come in and say, hello, everybody, I've got coronavirus. Sorry.
Even before his acceptance speech, he came out saying, we're already at work. We're already getting to work. We've met with, people about this pandemic. We are going to fix this. And it was like, thank you.
Well, he's going to name the task
Finally,
force
we've got an
tomorrow.
adult in charge.
I know, and the stock market
problem,
started
though,
dumping too.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Oh yeah, it did. Yeah. I think the main problem is that Joe Biden can try all this, but damn well that Donald Trump is going to intervene in every possible moment until he's completely gone from the White House. Like Joe Biden can say all this stuff, like, I'm going to call the governors, I'm going to do all this, but Donald Trump's going to totally, negate all of it and go against Joe Biden.
I just think his audience is going to go away. You could see it today. His supporters in Phoenix was getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and they were even on the phone trying to get people to come.
Yeah. Well, the senators seem to want to not side with this whole Joe Biden.
Yeah, they just want to move on.
Mitch McConnell and the Senate doesn't want to accept the election results, which is this is not going to end well for them at all, because we have a runoff coming up.
Mitch doesn't have a problem. He's trying not to have to say anything good about Trump, because he and Joe have been friends for years.
Yeah. Here's the problem, though, is like they're complaining that these ballots are fake and they're illegal, but these same exact ballots are the ones that re-elected Mitch McConnell and Lindsey Graham.
You
and all of
betcha.
that. So it's how can they really go against it when, like, they're saying, oh, it's fraudulent? So does that mean the ballots that had Mitch McConnell and Lindsey Graham were fraudulent? Like, how do you go against it?
Why would got rid of them?
Today I was, like I said, I was in Beverly Hills at this event with there's about 300 or so Trump supporters. And I had to explain to about a half a dozen people who said to me, oh, there was fraud. How did I go to bed in Pennsylvania where the president was up by 500,000 votes, and I woke up and now Biden was ahead by 30,000. And I went, okay, look, it couldn't be simpler, right? They've explained this very clearly. Here's what happened. A Republican legislature in Pennsylvania passed a law that said that you cannot open up mail-in ballots until Election Day. That's part one. Part two, Democrats told their base to mail in their ballots early. Republicans were told to vote on Election Day. So when you vote at the election on election day with the computer systems, right, that is going to very quickly tabulate hundreds of thousands of votes across the state. Those envelopes, on the other hand, individuals have to open them twice. They open the first out envelope, then they open the inside envelope, and then they have to check to see if the signature is correct. And that takes time. So it wasn't that Trump won in the middle of the night and then woke up with with the election being stolen. What happened is that a majority of Democrats voted early by mailing their ballots in. And all of them, every single one of them said, that doesn't sound right. Nope, that sounds like fraud. And I went, no, that's not fraud. That's how the election works.
And they can prove it. Like this is provable information. Like,
and they were so transparent. So transparent. They were doing their due diligence.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
We saw the webcams.
They set this out from the beginning, guys. All of this is as stupid as we think that they are sometimes. Everything is a strategic move. They knew they didn't have the numbers, but it was going to be a strategic move to sow doubt in the American mind, and that's it.
Yeah.
And
well, they thought they could get the mail-in votes thrown out, and it didn't work.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, even if they thought that they couldn't, it at least just makes it. All you have to do is just sow little doubt for his people, and
but nobody's buying it.
They are. All his people are buying it.
70 million.
They are truly buying it, and it's
I think the number is probably 20 million. That's really hardcore Trumpers.
Sure, but there's still people that believe it, and they are. All they ever had to hear was voter fraud. I mean, he's been putting in their mind for months now that this is happening, and it's like chirping in your ear, beep 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 beep, and it's like.
And the same bunch believes that JFK Jr. is still alive, and Osama bin Laden didn't die. But we know they're stupid, and we move on.
I consider it like almost like it's kind of like the movie Inception, where they've been planting these like little ideas in people's minds. So it's like Trump's version of Inception. Like Trump invaded their brains, which sounds gross because it is. But
you guys, we've had to talk. We've talked about the role of social media and how this is played into, especially his base, and it's the idea of memetics. It's the idea of moving thought around, right? And the internet has had such unintended consequences for our country at this point. People, it's like. He puts a thought out there, someone says something, and then it runs. And the algorithms, they favor lies more than they do truth. So all this stuff is just permeated into our society, and it's frightening. And we have only, I think, tipped the iceberg about what this actually means.
Speaking of that, I mean, because you mentioned like the internet, and I don't know if you guys have noticed, but these big TikTokers like MAGA, for example, was banned for misinformation, which I found refreshing because he had like 350,000 followers, and he had posted a video about the stupid thing that one of the Trump kids put out with the ballots in the trash bag that got burnt, set on fire, which was clearly a bunch of absentee ballots, and it was a joke. So he posted that video on TikTok. A lot of us duetted it, and then literally 10 to 15 minutes later, his account got permanently banned. Wow. And you're seeing that a lot with a lot of the big time Trumper people on TikTok, is they're getting banned.
They're doing better at it.
Seen one.
There's a lot of them that are saying they want to go start a civil war. Like that one guy with the creepy beard. He looks really young, but he's got a super white beard. He looks like he's only like 45
I
or
went and looked
40.
at his page today.
Yeah, it's.
I've never seen any of the Trump people.
I saw a lot. I've seen now on TikTok at least a dozen and perhaps more people who I assumed were Trump supporters who were also veterans of American military. Right. And these soldier guys, I mean, the ones whose accounts that I personally saw must have been 8, 10, maybe there were 12 of them going, look, those of us who've served in combat know how awful it is to take up arms against other people. And now the idea that you want to take up arms against other Americans, he says, there is no way that American soldiers would tolerate that even for 1 second. Yep. Right? And where these guys are going, this is unacceptable if you want to support the president, that's perfectly reasonable. But the idea that you would then advocate for taking up arms against other Americans is unbelievably shocking, stupid, cruel,
it's childish,
awful.
Yes,
to me, it's like it's a childish mindset of, well, you took my president away, so I'm gonna go shoot you. Like what? Like,
but you guys, but the thing is that they've been laboring under so much false information for so long that what they believe, you guys have to understand, it's a sickness. Their reality at this point is being questioned. Okay, and like what they believe is, we know what's actually true and what's not, but that's not what they think. That's not how they think.
They can't fool around with it because the FBI is going to be keeping an eye on them.
Yeah,
they're going to get themselves thrown in jail like the guys in Michigan if you keep going down that road. And if you see that, I've been threatening anyone that leaves a comment like that. I tell them, I threaten, I say, hey, I'm going to screenshot this and I'm going to the FBI website and I'm going to send them your information, and they disappear faster than they're just gone.
Yeah. It works because I've actually, someone threatened to saw off my parents' heads and then stab me 100 times. So I was like,
that's
okay.
legal.
I was like, great. Wow. So I sent a screenshot to the FBI, and that person's TikTok was permanently removed. And it happens quickly. It happens quickly, and the FBI form takes 5 minutes to fill out. You send them screenshots, and it's done. It's done quickly.
Wow.
They don't mess around. They are really quick on it.
Wow.
Yeah.
It is a little bit scary how many death threats some of you guys have had.
Oh, I get them all the time.
Oh, I get them.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep, I get them.
You know what I do to the comments? I never read them. I'm being serious. I'm not in the business of.
All of y'all can tell I don't read
comments. I get that there are people who would like to make comments, and that there are people who enjoy reading them and having discussions with other people. But I will take a cursory glance at the comments where people write something nice, and I will respond to those people. But everything else I ignore. And the other thing that I did is I went into the settings, and anybody who wrote, for example, Trump 2020, I immediately blocked from the, so that their comments would not appear, right? And
you can mute comments.
You can mute
that is helpful.
a certain, like if you could mute TRUMP 2020. You could mute Trump _ 2020. And any comment that has that combination of letters in a row would not show up in your comments, right? And so
I think what happened with me is that, like, early on, because I agree with you, I think getting into their comments and commenting back is probably not the best idea. But early on in my page, I became known for responding to Trump supporter comments in video. So it's kind of like, I was sort of like, my followers expect it now, so I do it. And I will lay into the commenter, I'll make fun of them, I'll do whatever, which, I know is giving into exactly what that commenter wants. They want the attention from someone who's, big on TikTok. But I agree with you. Like, we shouldn't give it any time of day. I mean, especially now, which, I mean, like I said earlier, I haven't gotten any comments. I've gotten none. Nothing. Not one comment from a Trump supporter since yesterday.
Wow. I know. It's been silent.
Yeah, I've only had a couple.
Which is funny, because if you follow my page, Trump supporters love to come after me. I'm like one of their favorite targets, and I don't give it. I don't allow them to piss me off. I love messing with them. But even then, they're just like, nope, not doing it.
Well, honey, I call them little ding dongs and everything else.
I know. I
love you, Amanda.
Versions. That's what I know.
Yeah,
usually they call me. They're like, "Okay, Karen." I'm like, "Okay, virgin."
But I'm like, Karen, that's a Republican.
See, I literally say, I write boop, and I do a finger emoji to a nose when they say something. I go boop.
I do that on
boop. I boop them on the nose.
I do that too, but I do it in my video response. I go boop boop. How you doing, buddy?
Yes. With mine, it would take me 2 weeks to answer one video. It's like, I ain't gonna mess with these idiots.
Oh, but it's so much fun.
if I have a video that's not necessarily doing too well and there's not a lot of comments, yeah, I want to engage with them because I want to like boost the video a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'll do it for that reason. But once it gets boosted to a certain point, I stop because I'm like, I don't need you anymore. Go away.
And Bert can tell you I don't know how to do nothing except just make a TikTok.
So it's funny how Laurice deals with the comments because she actually goes and makes a song about a comment.
Oh,
like,
dear
it
God.
inspires her to make a whole
That's
song.
so great.
Well, I do it if there's someone that do it. Like I only did it with the stitch. There were a couple stitches that were like rude, and I was like, "Well, that's rude." I was like, and they were bad. They were bad. They were singing my song, and they completely sang it off key, and they added an extra verse, and they didn't even have rhythm. And I was like, "Really? You're gonna like completely like defile my song and not even do it well?" So I came back at them with like a diss track, like a good 30-second diss track.
That's so great.
Like, demolish them because I'm like, well, and then I had three times it got pulled down. I had this one kid. I don't know how, but every single time it got pulled. And I was like, really? I blurred his face. You couldn't see who he was because I don't want people like going after them. I don't really have any beef with them personally. It's more about just the point.
Don't mess up my song.
Yeah, seriously. So I was like, hey, man.
You know, last night Maggie and her husband sang a song for me.
We did sing last night.
John had something to say. John, what?
I just thought that since this is our first time back since the election, right? Oh, no. Since Biden was declared winner, I just thought that we would be remiss if we didn't shine a spotlight, even if it's just briefly, on the fact that Kamala Harris is, she's, I think she's part black, part Indian, right?
And remember, her name is Kamala.
Kamala.
And that her husband is Jewish, and that the White House, that the occupants of the White House are beginning to look more and more like the rest of America.
Absolutely.
And that there must be literally, I mean, obviously I can't speak for people but my intuition tells me that there are little girls and young boys across the country who are feeling, and adults as well, right? Where they're going, oh, yes, it is possible for me to rise up and to feel included, right? Absolutely. It's like when Disney first made a movie about a princess with darker skin, right? Yeah. Suddenly now African-American kids and Indian kids were feeling like, oh, look at us. We are included in this widespread of American culture, right?
Yes.
There's a part in it for us. And obviously, look, I cannot speak, right? I can't speak to that experience because that hasn't been mine. But my intuition tells me that it's good that everyone should feel included.
Yeah. I think
we're going to have Hanukkah in the White House.
I have two daughters, guys, and let me tell you, yesterday was an emotional moment as a mother of two girls.
You did a really good video with them, right? Where they
I did one where we all,
it was wonderful.
I have a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old, and we all said, thank you, Kamala, for breaking that glass ceiling. It means so much. I had a flood of emotions because I remembered even thinking that in 2016, that glass ceiling was going to be broken by Hillary. And that moment when that was kind of taken away, and then the subsequent 4 years afterwards with Trump, it was just so heavy. It felt so heavy.
There was a meme that I saw going around that really, at first I was like, I don't get it. And then finally I figured it out, where it was a warning to girls to wear shoes because of all the broken glass. And, right?
And, that was good.
Yes. And I just thought, yes, very good. Someone very clever figured that out. And it took me dopey, right? Because, clearly it's not been that particular thing hasn't been my personal experience. It just took me longer I went, broken. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Now I get it.
I want to say that because Maggie, you had mentioned like the glass ceiling was almost broken by Hillary.
Yeah.
In a way, I'm actually happy now at this point that it's Kamala Harris who's the one who actually gets to break that glass ceiling, because she fits into so many different categories. And to kind of also touch on another thing last night, like at the end of their speeches, when you saw the Biden family, you saw the Harris family on stage, I almost like, I don't cry, but I almost broke out in tears because I was like, holy crap, that's an actual family on that stage right now. That is an American family. This is not some doped up, cracked out family with weird pigmented skin and these like disgusting old people children and like these wives who's not even really like, they're like whores or whatever the hell they are, but it's like this is an American family on that stage right now.
I was a blubbering mess.
Well, one thing that I noticed, and I don't know if everybody else did, but at the end of it, Joe was holding his granddaughter.
Yes.
And I mean,
sweet.
I did a video on it, and I was like, to see him holding that baby, and he was, even though he was getting all this adoration and everything, he was still giving this child attention. And I pointed out, have you ever seen Trump touch anybody except for Ivanka? And he tried to touch Melania, and she wouldn't let it. I mean, he's got, let's see, he's got 10 grandchildren. Ivanka's got 3, Don Jr.'s got 5, that's 8. And 10 grandchildren. Eric's got 2. I've never seen him hold any of them.
I don't even know if he knows their names. Does he even
know
he
doesn't.
his names?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
It's Trump 1, Trump 2.
Like Barron, he doesn't even
That's to
walk.
say if he can count.
I feel bad for that kid. It feel like his mom likes him. His mom seems to really love him. And I think she should like take Barron and just go away.
Just run away.
I think everybody.
She's not a great.
No, go ahead.
Honestly, I think they're loading up the Penske like these couple days. I mean, they're loading up a Penske outside in front of the White House, and they're going to be leaving very soon.
People are kind of betting how long Melania is going to stick around at this point.
Like tomorrow.
It's going to be gone.
That's why she stayed in New York, was to redo her prenup. She wasn't going to come to Washington until he signed her over for more money.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think that the reason why Trump didn't want to have a divorce while he was inside the White House, because that's never been done before in the history.
Well, like a lot of his stuff ain't never been done.
No, unprecedented. Everything is unprecedented. Every day there's several things.
How many laws has he broken in that White House? I mean,
like
just
all
the
of
Hatch Act
them.
alone, and how none
the
of the
10
Republicans
Commandments,
cared.
he's got every one of them.
You betcha.
Oh my God.
I love about the one when he gets the number 7, do not covet thy neighbor's wife.
Oh my God!
I've
got a video of when Trump first found out.
I might do a parody on the movie 7 now with Donald Trump. Amanda, I think you just inspired me.
I just got a video of Trump when he first found out he was playing golf, of course, and he doesn't seem very phased. Like he knew this was coming for a long time. He was hoping to win. Honestly, it's so boring. Pence is a boring guy. He's very monotone. Imagine him winning. He'd be like, "Oh, I knew we were gonna win."
And where is he?
Great. Oh, Pence is gone.
Pence and Barr. Bill Barr. Where's Bill Barr?
Where has my Billy Barr gone? Oh, well, could he be?
So Pence, Barr.
Anyways, here's the video. I'll play like a minute of it or so. Here it is.
He was playing golf. The word we have is that he was playing golf when it happened. And this is some video of the president out playing golf. And when the network started calling it, I think CNN went first, and then sort of everybody called it all at once, and then Fox called it maybe 30 minutes later or so, something like that. And then everybody's just been kind of watching this all day. But the president heard while he was on the golf course, stayed on the golf course, we're told. We don't know anything about how the golf, there he goes. And then we have some pictures of him when he arrived back at the White House. You saw that scene there, thousands and thousands of people out cheering. Well, he drove past that on the way, and that's a photo that will, you know, that'll probably be one that lives for a while. As he was going back in, 45, President Trump, the 45th president of the United States, going back into the White House. We've heard a little from him since then, but not a whole lot. CNBC's Kayla Tausche is in Washington following the president for us today. What do we know about golf and going forward to now? And then we'll talk about later.
Well, Shep, it was about 4 hours between when that original call came and when the president returned to the White House. He spent much of that time on the golf course and sort of enjoying the company that was with him. But privately, aides say that he was fuming, not just because of the call that was made, but also because of a perceived lack of support from those that were working for him, not only in the White House, but also on the campaign. And the campaign manager, Bill Stepien, and the deputy campaign manager, Justin Clark, tried to speak directly to that in a call earlier this morning with donors and organizers, where they urged supporters to stay at the ready to attend rallies and protests and fights for the president as he continues this legal challenge going forward, and sort of echoing the president's tweets and statements, even as questionable as some of those, the language in those have been, which is why we're not going to show them to you, but essentially trying to vocalize their support for the president in the way that he feels he wants to respond to this development. Staffers at the White House are acknowledging that the end of the campaign and the end of the president's tenure at this point sort of feels more like a whimper than a bang, and coupled with.
So I've never seen so many people happy about a U.S. president. I mean, we've got countries, every country's happy. Like, I mean, London is a city. They're partying. Paris, partying. Berlin, they threw away the Trump statue after they realized he was going to be like losing. I mean, they threw it away a week before because they knew they really thought he was going to lose by a landslide. But like, yeah, I mean, it's coming out again. Like they're taking more pictures of the dump Trump, like Trump in the dumpster at the Wax Museum in Berlin.
Oh, I love that. I so good.
So,
Yeah, Germans
So,
don't like Trump at all. At least my German friends.
yeah. I think that one of the best ways to know that there's been no fraud going on in this whole thing is just how many people you can visually see flooding the streets and just saying, you know, they're saying F Trump and, you know, you're fired, and like it's insane how many people are out to celebrate this man's loss. They're
Well, how
celebrating
about
Joe Biden's
Georgia
win.
is Republican governor and Secretary of State? You know, please.
Even they said just like this is all legit, nothing fraudulent going on.
Look,
And I
they
actually
have
I was reading an article right now that the person in charge of handling transition resources to Biden said they refused to do the paperwork and they refused to sign the paperwork. And Donald Trump certainly will not sign the paperwork for this transition, which will be the first time it's ever happened, minus the Al Gore election, because that one was delayed because of the recount.
Look,
yeah, and it's just like
more
insane.
unprecedented.
But honey, Biden don't need to go to the White. He knows every part about it, and they got enough money to transition without it.
And there's nothing. I mean, I don't know if you've seen my TikTok about what Donald Trump's pandemic plan looks like. It's pretty
a
much
blank page.
No, it's a bunch of toddler scribble and a macaroni necklace.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Like straight up, guys. There's
John,
nothing that he could say that they want. Okay.
John had something to
I was
say.
just
John,
going to say that, look, there have been allegations of voter fraud for years and years and years, and the government has investigated it time and time and time again. And if you're asking, has there ever been examples of a person who was allegedly dead who voted? Is there a person who voted twice? Out of there were Biden got 72 million votes and Trump got 68 million. 76. I'm not great at math. That's about 135 million votes, right? Are you going to find a couple of votes that maybe have a hinky kind of where you're wondering? Yes, it's possible. Yes, is that absolutely? It's possible. But
on both sides.
Yeah, like three of them.
Right, widespread fraud has never been found in our elections. It would take an unbelievable amount of, right? How do you make or fake hundreds of thousands of fake ballots. You couldn't do it. It's
Well,
just not
today they're
possible.
saying they came from China.
Oh God! Why is it always China with
More
everybody?
misinformation.
That's what they're saying.
More
You guys,
misinformation.
in
That's the
2016,
real fraud.
Those
It's
ballots had
misinformation
come,
for the
you would
Republicans.
see a trail.
Everything is China.
Well,
China,
you
would
saw,
see a trail
you've
from
seen
the
that
Chinese.
video of the woman that, they asked her, do you believe in voter fraud? And she said, yeah, because I did it. And she got
yeah.
a felony conviction for voting twice for Trump the last time in North Carolina.
So didn't it, John, go ahead. You were going to say something really fast?
No, just that, again, that there is not widespread systemic voter fraud in the United States. It's been investigated time and time again. Most of these systems are self-contained, like they're not on the web, right? When you go and vote, it's a self-contained little universe that you can't get to from outside, right? And there are people watching it at all steps of the thing. And yeah, could you go and get a half a dozen people in your neighborhood to go vote for your dead, to go vote for your, and use the names of your dead neighbors? You absolutely could do that, right? But could you get 100,000? No, you could not.
In 2016, didn't they find, like the FBI found there was something going on with Russia and the election? Like they did something, right?
They
was
were
that
working
just
against.
Yeah, they got into the rolls. They got into the lists of people who were on the voter rolls, right? That is what they discovered, that they had gotten into files or, in Florida, in Oklahoma, I forget where, right? And they may have seen the lists of the names of the people who vote. They did not, however, change the number of votes that were cast in a particular election. That is not what they have found.
That's good to know, actually. Yeah. It's just, okay, so here is Don Jr. also trying to say that Donald Trump is going to fight until the death. Here's his quick little video right here.
I think the Democrats are used to this from a Republican Party that hasn't had a backbone. You're not going to see that this time around. That party is gone, and anyone that doesn't fight like that should go with it. But I think the number one thing that Donald Trump can do in this election is fight each and every one of these battles to the death so that we get full transparency in the process. And everyone on the Democrat side should welcome this unless they're actually cheating. But Donald,
I mean, what do they expect? Do they expect you to just do they expect all the voter people to just let them in and look at every signature and be like, ooh,
They've
I
already
see.
got permission to do that.
This is all for show right now. This is all.
They need $1 billion.
They don't have the resources to make this the thing is they're just trying to rile up their side. So this is a common thread throughout Biden's presidency that it was stolen and that they've been cheated. And so then in 2024, guess what? They're going to come back and they're going to still say the same thing.
Well,
This is
if
not
you
going
were
away.
facing jail and you were this little rich Trump boy and didn't want to be somebody's VIP, I'd be fighting it too. I don't look good in orange. You can tell with my complexion.
You'd look good in any color, man.
They already threw away. They're already throwing out a lot of the judges are throwing away the lawsuits as they come in. Like one lawsuit and they throw it out.
They haven't won a one.
No, they're getting disqualified almost immediately.
I mean, the Congress. Don't you remember the last time he said that there was 4 million people that voted that were illegals? And I mean, the Congress went through them all. They didn't find one thing.
Yeah.
Come on.
But that's
I don't give any oxygen to that stuff.
They know this
it's
isn't
bull
real.
crap, and let's go on.
But the thing is, his base is going to keep with this narrative, people, and that's all that matters.
But we can't stop it.
No, but we can't. But what we can do is,
fight back.
it's moving forward, and you know, I did take what Joe Biden said yesterday about healing our nation to heart, because there is a lot of like talk of like cancel culture and, you know, you voted for Trump and we're canceled. And I've been racking my brain about what does this mean? How do we start this healing process? Because if it's divided now, in this is the kind of narrative that they're going to be stuck with for the next, you know, 4 years. We have to come in there and try to inform them in some way. I mean, information and knowledge is power. I'm straight up, that's always my biggest like platform is that.
Well, I have stopped calling them, you know, short bus and little ding dongs. You know, I thought that would be the way I would try to bring us together.
So last night I made a video where I actually quoted lawyer Clarence Darrow about how we're supposed to like, where it's kind of like we need to just say, oh my God, I'm forgetting the quote. I always forget things when I'm live. But anyway, it was my way of trying to like extend an olive branch of like, listen, this happened, now it's over. Let's do something about, you know, we can have our little fun back and forth, like, oh, you're stupid, you're dumb. But like, as Americans, we need to just become American again. And that's how I ended it. I'm like, how about America 2021? How about we start with that? And then we can go from there. And the other thing that we can do as big creators is to not give up on, you know, we do a lot about bashing Trump, a lot about bashing Trump supporters, but we need to also now hold Joe Biden and his presidency and Kamala Harris accountable. So we need to keep making videos and talking about them and what they're doing, the good things and the bad things. That way we don't let them kind of tear us down with their rhetoric when we can actually point out the flaws of our own people, which is something they can't do ever.
I would be just as mad if Joe Biden was the president and he let this virus come in.
Yes.
This is what really flipped me so strongly. I mean, I was very neutral before. I was the most neutral person, not even living in the USA. I was very diverse. I lived in quite a few places and I didn't really care. But, you know, Donald Trump made me come back to USA to vote him out. That's what happened.
Amen. I'm so glad you did.
I'm glad. Yeah, we needed that.
We love you.
I mean, I was ready to leave the country after if he didn't win. I was ready to go.
Except you can't go anywhere.
Exactly.
Go.
But now,
yes.
They don't want us.
Yeah.
If you do want to go somewhere, the New York Times had a list. You can go. Americans can go to Albania, Montenegro.
Bert's going.
Slovenia. You can go to the former Czech Republic. You can go. You can go to the Maldives.
Croatia.
Say it again.
Croatia.
Part
of Yugoslavia. All the Yugoslavia countries, and then we can go to Costa Rica if we quarantine for 2 weeks. We can go to Panama.
That's where I'm going. Panama, Costa Rica. Yes, that's what I was looking at.
We have a home in Croatia, and on an island in Croatia, and we're like, well, we could just go there. Let's do it.
Well, y'all have an island in Croatia?
Well, we have a house on an island in Croatia.
Wow,
it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
I haven't been.
Is it near Dubrovnik?
Dubrovnik is in the middle of Croatia. It's near Split. It's on the,
it's near Split.
North. It's north.
But the island where we are from is Brač.
Look at her using the right, the right.
My husband's Croatian. My girls have dual citizenship, so we can get out of here anytime. No,
nice.
I'm not.
So you live
I have dual citizenship in Alabama and Kentucky.
It's beautiful there too. So
Maggie,
get out of here.
You have to look at the politics. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, Maggie, your husband is actually originally born in Croatia.
His mom is.
He
was born here when he was like, she came when he was like 1 or 2 or something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
But,
cool.
That is beautiful there. I mean, my friend one of my best friends lives in Slovenia, so it's like right near there. But yeah, Slovenia. Milani, exactly. She lives by the water. It's gorgeous. It's cheap. It's just the politics there. I mean, the guy in charge, she's like, no, he's like Trump. You don't want to come here. I'm like,
They've
then
got a female who's president of Croatia, actually.
That might be a better option.
When she's like really good looking too. Go check it out. And yeah. Anyway,
she's like
she's not my type. Not my type.
She's like
she's cute. She's cute.
She's like in her early 40s. She's blonde. She's really fit. She's like perfect looking. She's the president of Croatia.
Yeah. Well, that throne is for me, baby, and he likes older women.
The current politician I'm swooning after is Ossoff in Georgia. That's who I'm swooning after now. So,
honey, what about Trudeau in Canada? He's a cutie patootie.
Oh, he is very cute.
He's like a little too older for me.
So one thing that I find really funny is that the videos the Black Eyed Peas, the Where Is the Love, they do that jumping. This is the new trend on TikTok.
Yeah.
So they have the jumping and they're gonna try to get to Canada. And then the Canadians are like, we don't want you here, go to Mexico. And then the Mexico person is like, oh, we don't want you here, go to Australia. And then the Australia with a Vegemite is eating the Vegemite with a spoon.
Oh, I've seen that.
She's like, mate, we don't want you here either. Go to New Zealand. And then they were going to have probably a guy from New Zealand do the next duet. But yeah, it just was a duet.
That's the thing. The Trump supporters have nowhere to go because nobody wants them. Like, if anywhere in the world wanted any Americans, they want the liberal, like.
We don't want them.
Exactly. That's the thing. That's the hard part is we have to figure out how to be in a country with these people and to make it work for us because, man, if this is going to happen in another 4 years, I mean, I think the stress of this election it was so heavy on so many people. But what are we going to do in 4 years when, God, could you imagine if, like, Don Jr. decides to run? Or, like,
don't even.
I mean, maybe we're going to put Valium in the water system.
The water system? They did that.
I made a TikTok where I was talking kind of like a Southern person, and I was like, Don Jr. is going to run for president in 2024. But first he's got to go to rehab or something like that. I forget what I said, but I did it.
He's serious. He might. He totally. I wouldn't put it past.
They all love the like Colonel Sanders.
Would the GOP really nominate another Trump ever again?
Hell no.
Or would it be an independent kind of thing? Like them running as independent?
Well, you know, Trump, he investigated running as an independent, and they wouldn't even have it. Years ago.
Good.
Wow.
Good.
Yeah, so I've got one more video to play of all the celebrations around the world. And it's a TikTok video, actually.
Oh, nice.
I'm just going to, it's just like a 1 minute long, but it's all the different parties that are going on, and everyone's really seems to be very happy. I mean, here it is. I'm going to solo me right here. Here we go.
I had to run here and celebrate with everyone, man. It's I have no words. I have no words. It's over!
Hi, what's your reaction?
Best day of my life. Best day of the year. Best way to conclude 2020.
To me means everything. My mother is a disabled woman who's on Social Security and Medicaid and Medicare, and to know that Donald Trump is out and he can no longer mess with those programs is amazing.
We did it. We did it, Joe. You're going to be the next president of the United States.
I really loved that when Walter on his channel, he released a baby Trump balloon. He left a baby Trump balloon and let it go fly over Trump Tower. And he's like,
the building.
Walter's made some really good videos since this all happened.
Oh my God, so
None of
good.
his last ones have blown up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was on CNN and
yeah, he was on all the
he was
networks.
all over. Yeah.
I was watching
mainstream
CNN and he just pops up on my TV screen. I'm like, I know him.
and then
I was like, I was in a live with that guy.
and then our friend Shoop Shoop from France was like on his comments. She said, "What are you gonna do when this is all over? What are you gonna cover?" And there's gonna be nothing political to cover. And then Walter is like, "Oh, we're just getting started here."
Yeah, there's
really
always
fun.
something going on in New York.
Well, remember, we got to take care of the Georgia Senate races now.
Yeah.
Yes.
We got to get going on that because the election's on January the 5th.
Yep.
But yeah, it's just very exciting though. Really, it's a really positive vibe to end 2020 like this, because if Trump won, it would be the end of the world. I think people would be literally rioting. It's the opposite. Since Biden won, it's just such overwhelmingly, just everyone's happy. Everybody is happy except for the Trumpers.
If Trump had won, I'd go find me somebody with COVID and French kiss him.
I'm going out in style.
No, that's like
I just want to go.
way to go. Feel like
John wants to say
let
something.
me jump out of the plane without a parachute.
I got to go
John.
pick up dinner. So
Okay.
I gotta go get
Pick
something
us
to eat.
something up, John.
Oh, yes. There'll be something for everyone. I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt. I just wanted to say goodbye. You don't have to say anything nice about me. Just continue the conversation. I just didn't want it to be weird that I suddenly disappeared. Bert.
Okay, John. Well,
Thanks,
Well,
Bert.
that's kind of like Trump's going to do.
Thank you for joining us, John. We'll
Love
see you
you,
next
John.
time.
I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye, John.
John is so awesome. And today he was in Beverly Hills. He was doing some interviews with Trumpers up there. And yeah, I mean, it's just really.
But you know, every time
He's
he
brave.
says that there's Trumpers in Beverly Hills, it's like all I can do is laugh. You know, I can see these, you know, uneducated people in Beverly Hills. Oh my God! Well,
Beverly
I've seen the
Hills.
tourists there. I've seen them.
Beverly Hillbillies.
The Beverly
really.
Hillbillies. You know they don't live there.
You know what we need to do is like people like Walter Masterson and John and myself. Why not toot my own horn? We need to do like a Colbert Report type show somehow, like on YouTube or somewhere. I don't know where, but because to keep
You
this
write
sort
it
of
and
thing
we'll do
going,
it, baby.
I'm
Like a collaboration
I'm
channel where we edit only like 1 minute each of our portion of the video, and then we upload it as a like Colbert Report. You know, 2 minutes or 1 minute of Walter Masterson, 1 minute of you, 1 minute of a funny song.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. Just it'd be cool. Yeah.
That's a great.
It's a shared channel or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I'd love
It'd
that.
be fun.
That'd be fun. I'm down.
Yeah, I would only have to come up with a minute worth of material.
Yeah.
It has to be TikTok format. 1 minute.
Because we could do it like upload it as a TikTok and then upload it as
Breaking news.
yeah.
Well, if it's topical,
Well,
it usually goes
it
pretty
would
well.
be pretty easy to organize because you could just be like, okay, here's the topic, make a TikTok about it.
Yeah.
And then do like a cohesive like show about one certain topic and see what everyone does.
Yeah.
And Bert could be Colbert.
Whoa! I think I'll be Colbert.
There's
The
my
dog-
baby.
The
I
dog
got
was
the
just
personality for it.
the dog was just barking. She was angry that I was not giving her any attention.
My baby hurt her foot and she's laying on her back on the bed.
Oh
no.
Aw.
They chase rabbits.
This
My
one this one is
my five
afraid of
dogs are out there
crows.
somewhere.
This
Crows.
one, yeah,
She's
this one
afraid
is
of what?
afraid of crows.
Up on-
The crows. The crows
Oh,
somehow
my
got to
Lord.
it.
Oh.
Yeah. And yeah, I love all of BrainDaddy's dogs. All of his dogs are so cute. They're always getting in the way.
I
How
got
many do
5
you
of
have?
them.
5?
Holy,
they're always on my lives.
I got 2, and I thought that was a
we
lot.
have a new we have a new golden retriever
What was
here.
that?
Every time I was doing a live the other night, he hops up on my lap.
That's funny.
I thought you'd hit the fan with your hand. I heard that bang.
It's like someone dropped a pot.
Oh, me? Oh,
to a pot.
Well, pot wouldn't make a noise when it hit the ground.
No, I mean a pot, like an actual pot. Not pot.
Oh.
I don't know what that was.
When I drop my edibles, you can't hear it.
Or can you?
Oh, we got legalized. Speaking of, we got legalized.
That's true.
In New Jersey.
Yep.
And
It was a big week for weed,
I
guys.
think that'll help those Jersey people. They won't be jumping in the faces. They'll be calm. Maybe we could put some of that in the water at the White House.
Maybe.
Ooh, they do much worse things there. They're already good. They got what they need.
I've
been noticing that Chris Christie was giving a little, vibe that he wasn't as uppity as he used to be.
Oh yeah, he was pushing away. He's like, nope, I'm not with him anymore.
Well, because of Rona, he was in the ICU for like a week.
Yeah, and no one paid attention to him.
No, he was completely enlightened. He said, "Oh my God, I'm isolated here for. Oh, I should have taken this seriously." Well, yeah.
Trump doesn't even care. Trump doesn't care about anybody, and Trump.
No, he don't like anybody.
Trump would have died if he didn't get like $1 million of treatment and all the best like Dutch medical care. It's Dutch medical care.
I still don't think Trump had it.
He got like 12 doctors.
Abe that comes on here won't be silent.
Yes.
He is always adamant that Trump didn't have corona, and Trump went in and got filler, a face peel, and literally went in for a spa day. And I'm here for that. I believe it too.
I got my nails done and my hair cut.
He came back looking really orange.
Yes.
One of our own TikTokers, a big TikToker, got COVID the other day.
No.
Anthony Michael Clark. Do you guys know him?
Yeah,
I never heard of some of these people.
Yeah, he has like 40,000 followers, so he's pretty big. But yeah, he did a video where he tested positive for COVID.
Oh God!
I was like, oh crap!
Well, it's better than the killer hornet.
The guy that lives in Florida, he moved to Florida.
Yes, yeah, he was in California. Yeah,
he should have stayed out of Florida.
Yeah.
I was in Florida.
I've got a video of Joe Biden's speech. I'm gonna play like a minute of it really fast, and then we're gonna kind of wrap it up here. But yeah, I'll just play 1 minute of this video, probably maybe 1 minute and a half.
President-elect of the United States of America, Joe Biden.
Let this grim era of demonization in America begin to end here and now. The refusal of Democrats and Republicans to cooperate with one another. It's not some mysterious force beyond our control. It's a decision, a choice we make. And if we can decide not to cooperate, then we can decide to cooperate. And I believe that this is part of the mandate given to us from the American people. They want us to cooperate in their interest. And that's the choice I'll make. For American educators, this is a great day for y'all. You're going to have one of your own in the White House. And Jill's going to make a great First Lady. I'm so proud of her. And I'll have the honor of serving with the fantastic Vice President who you just heard from, Kamala Harris, who makes history as the first woman, first black woman, the first woman from South Asian descent, the first daughter of an immigrant ever elected in this country. Don't tell me it's not possible in the United States. It's long overdue. I'm proud of the coalition we put together, the broadest and most diverse coalition in history. Democrats, Republicans, independents, progressives, moderates, conservatives, young, old, urban, suburban, rural, gay, straight, transgender, white, Latino, Asian, Native American. I'm meeting, especially those moments, and especially those moments when this campaign was at its lowest ebb. The African American community stood up again for me. You've always had my back, and I'll have yours. I said at the outset, I wanted to represent this campaign to represent and look like America. We've done that. Now that's what I want the administration to look like and act like. For all those of you who voted for President Trump, I understand the disappointment tonight. I've lost a couple times myself, but now let's give each other a chance.
I love him.
So good. So good.
I'm not. I don't understand.
And then he quoted the hymn, you know, on eagle's wings.
Yep.
It was the best speech of for a long time. I don't even know. I mean, it was just amazing.
Ain't nothing creepy about that. Like,
he was born for this moment.
Sharp, on point, so presidential, and it was everything that we haven't had in 4 years. It was a moment of like a wave, I think, rushed over this nation, and we all felt it.
And our tears washed all of that stuff away.
Yeah, I was live streaming it last night, and I was just like, you can see all the comments is flowing in, like, oh my God, like we haven't had this in so long. This is what an actual person sounds like when they talk.
Yeah.
And it's just so like, oh no.
You know, y'all, I mean, and it's been crazy. I did a couple of videos, and just since Saturday around 3 o'clock, I've gained 7,000 followers.
Wow.
Yeah, I've gotten about 900 new followers since then, I think.
Girl, aren't you guys great?
Well, I think when it gets to a
I got about
it
4.
just on itself.
It was cool. Thanks.
Because I was at it.
I think I like around maybe about 500 or 600, maybe 900. I don't know. Not a huge bump.
I love you guys.
I love y'all too. But you know, it's just as amazing to me. I don't know why they do it. But you know, it went from 170,000 yesterday at about 3 o'clock to right now. I just looked; it was 177,000.
That's good.
I mean,
and
it's
also,
crazy.
Amanda's Twitter's blown up too, and she's not even plugging it. It's got like
I
1,000
don't even know how to get on
followers.
Twitter.
Bert, are you running it right now?
Yeah, I'm running it for her, and she.
I told you I didn't know how to do nothing.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
But she
Where's that?
Bert, you're Amanda's manager on Twitter. This is awesome.
But like,
I'm here for
seriously,
this.
it went from 0 to 1,000 in like 5 days. 5 days. It's like almost at 1,000. It's
But
crazy.
we're going to use it to help everybody.
Yeah.
What's your handle?
You know, we're going to plug everybody on Twitter.
Are you Nadine is woke on Twitter
Yeah.
or Amanda
Yeah.
Henn? Nadine's woke.
All right, I'm gonna pull it
I
up.
think you have to ask Bert.
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
your give me the handle.
Nadine
is woke?
is woke, yeah. And
I think it's
Okay,
taken
I'm gonna
me.
find it.
I think it's taken me 4 years to get to my 90 followers on Twitter. I think.
I got
Honey, I don't know nothing about it.
I got 24 followers or 26 followers on Twitter.
Yeah,
I've
but
been on
Bert,
Twitter for 2 years.
Us
But
in
Bert-
Southern, you know what?
I'm gonna check my
just followed
Twitter
you.
stats right now.
but Bert, you've done one of the hardest things, and that's getting freaking subscribers on YouTube. You've got
Oh,
over
that-
10,000.
It's
I
a
got
it's
30.
hard.
It's
I got
hard to get
15
subscribers.
followers on Twitter.
But
I got like
I don't think I've ever had a tweet in my life, so that's
I
pretty
don't
good.
I don't have
There's
any.
zero
Laurice-
content. I'm okay with that.
Laurice also gets some subscribers on YouTube. She's been doing YouTube hard for a little while too, right, Laurice?
Yeah, well,
YouTube
like I
is
said,
hard,
I was
man.
doing more. I was doing more TV show recaps. So like, I had a lot of fandom subscribers, and I really picked up with X-Files because I've been in the X-Files fandom for 20 years.
It's one of my
And-
favorite shows of all time.
Yeah, so I when they did the
Phantom
revivals.
Powers. What does that mean?
The
It's
X-Files?
just it's a fandom. It's a huge community. It's
Oh,
been around.
fandom.
Forever.
I thought you
Yeah,
were calling
fandom.
them phantoms, and I'm like, I don't know what that is.
Phantom callers. Phantom tanker trucks. That's what on the X-Files they call them. But yeah, so I did like a whole bunch of recaps when they did the revival of season 10 and 11, and I got huge community. Those were fun. But you know what? Because I've been so obsessed with the show since the 90s, I knew all my stuff. So I had like when they started airing, I could pick them apart, and really I knew my stuff. Like one of the few things I studied.
Started watching it in 1993 when it first came out. Like I was a kid, but I started it. And, I love it.
I'm going to tell y'all something. I think it helps not to know anything, because I'm an actress, honey. I can remember lines. That's about it. And Bert, because of you, I'm up to almost 1,000 on YouTube.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Yes,
And I don't know how to
get 2,500.
We're
Well, I
not
think it's-
counting the fact that you're awesome and your
Yeah,
content is
honey,
great.
I don't know
So
how to
that's
do
really
anything.
they pushes it out there.
But it's
You're really
also it also has to do with you plugging it on your page, and then people are really in love with your content. So that's the thing.
You know what? But
So-
you know what I've seen on TikTok? When you try to plug something that's not TikTok, it doesn't push your videos. At least
Yeah.
I've noticed. Like
Oh, yeah.
TikTok hates it when you go off brand. Like
Yep.
you know me, I'm political comedy, so anytime I do something that's not remotely political comedy, I get like 100 views, and then if
Well,
I do anything political, it's like 20,000 views.
But see, I've only been live on TikTok maybe 5 times. And that's the only time I ever mention the YouTube
Yeah.
and
That's probably the
my
best place to do it.
Instagram. You know,
Yeah.
and I like Instagram, but you know, I
But
can't think of nothing.
I came to your live when you were with your son. And
Oh yeah. And we were only
He's
on for like
adorable.
20 minutes.
But I mean, there's so many people on it. It's like
Yeah, you can't even read it. You can't. There's no way.
There was like
I've had,
600
I've had
people on
7,000
it,
and
something.
8,000 people online, and I mean, it's just like,
Yeah, it was insane.
and you know, I'm old and my eyes
I was
are
like,
not good.
I'm like,
Can't read
hey
it.
Amanda, it's me. I'm like, and I went, whoop. I'm like, okay, I'm on, man. I gotta go.
I'm like, honey, I can't see nothing.
You can stop it and slow it down if you.
Yeah, but if
need
you
to.
touch it and you're on a phone, it freezes.
Oh, okay.
And also, I do that too, but it like pulls up their profile. I'm like, no.
Oh,
my
I
God.
love that. But
Come on,
thank
see
God
'em.
for moderators. Oh my
Is that
God, I love them. And somebody had to tell me how to do it while we're on
Yeah.
the live. I didn't even know
I
how to
have-
add somebody.
I think
This
I have
is
about
on
4 or
TikTok or
5
Instagram?
moderators. TikTok.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did it once on election night, and I was like talking to mostly teenagers. I think it's majority. It was 10-year-olds. We kept getting invaded by the MAGA 10-year-old boys, and all the other teenagers that were my normal followers were really annoyed. They're like, "Why do we have these MAGA boys? These 10-year-old boys. They keep coming on here and saying Trump 2020." So that was my experience.
I was on David D. Comedy's live one time, and he made me one of his moderators, and he accidentally made a Trumper a moderator, and the
I was on there too. I was on the guy that laughs. The guy that laughs. The laugh guy.
Yes.
Like the
Yeah,
guy
Dave.
that's
Yes.
the Joker.
And the Trumper just like muted everybody.
Yeah,
Oh,
I love
no.
Dave.
I was on the same live. I was on the same live. It was so funny. He had to restart his whole thing.
Yeah,
Oh
he's
my
restarted.
Lord. He
Yeah,
had to
he's
get
like,
rid
oh,
of it.
I
It's my
accidentally
biggest
made a
fear.
Trumper.
God.
I'm
That's
always
like an
terrified.
ultimate goal.
I'm terrified
He
I'm
was-
going to do that one day. I'm like, oh no!
You gotta vet your moderators, man.
That's what I
But
do.
honey,
Like,
it was
I
so
choose
hard
my
to
regular-
figure out how to do moderators. I would never know how to get rid of.
I have like, we all have our own little circles of like, I call them our groupies, the people that are always following us wherever we go, like they're always in our videos. So I make those people my moderators. So if it's a name I don't recognize, I'm like, I'm not touching that. Not until I know you're one of my people. You're not an imposter or a plant.
Yesterday, y'all, I've got to tell you, this warmed my heart more than anything that's ever happened. I had this lady, I don't know how she found my telephone number, but she was from Houston, Texas. And yesterday was her father's birthday, and he was about between probably 75 or more. And she left a phone message from, to ask if I would do a video for her father. And I did it, and she sent me a video of him watching it.
Oh my God.
And
That's so
I just started
great.
crying. I mean, to think that people really get, that you called out their name. I'm nobody, it's unbelievable that people would.
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
A lot of times in my lives too, I get that. I don't get anything like make me a video because that's really cool. But I get a lot of people say like, "Hey, BrainDaddy, can you please say hi to my little sister? Can you say hi to such and such?" And I'm like, "Hi," and they like go, "Oh my God, thank you." It's like, oh, it's just so cool. Like
That's
cute.
cute.
You're kind of in that. You have that role for a lot of these people. Like just us saying hello, Tim, like really just like inspires them and like gets them really happy. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. I love it.
I mean, I'm shocked, and I'm used to people knowing who I am because of me being on television or something,
Right.
And when they call me Nadine, I'm like, oh Lord, it's a TikToker.
That's awesome.
That's
so yeah,
pretty
you guys,
cool.
we got to start wrapping up. So we can go around and talk about our channels again, because that's what we do. That's how we roll.
That's how we roll, baby.
Yeah.
Bert, I want to personally thank you for everything, honey. I love you. You are just a blessing in my life.
Thank you. I'm really happy I reached out to you, Amanda. It's so great that we were able to connect and get this whole group together. I mean, literally there's 30 of us, like 30 or 40. I don't even know at this point. Like we got too many people to list, but it's all in the description below. Everyone's YouTube and TikTok and Instagram is down in the description, and some people's Twitter. So yeah, you just go down the line. You can find everybody's that's on here tonight, and plus the people that are on like regularly or even just sometimes are on. So everyone
Maggie,
is listed.
get my phone number, darling.
Okay, well, you gave it to me. I got it.
Okay, good.
I'll text you.
Thank you, honey. I love you.
I love you too.
And yeah, anyway, so it's just such a great community. We've got kind of, I mean, we're going to keep on growing it, and there's more things to cover other than just Trump selection and stuff. And I mean, we're just going to keep duetting each other's videos that we really like. I mean, of course, and it's just awesome that we know each other personally.
Honey, I feel like y'all are my family.
Yeah, it's a nice community, and I mean, John is so fun.
I'll do it too.
Everybody is fun.
This
in
is
this
my
group.
first time on, so you guys are great. I mean, I feel like I don't feel like I skipped a beat. I just came in. You guys are pretty chill. So
I would like to get.
Family.
I would like to get more people on too. Like Lee would be so much fun to have. I've been trying to get him on for a long time, but I think he's too scared to go live. I don't know, or I don't know what he's thinking.
No, he started doing his own live streams finally on TikTok.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
He had done
And I
it,
love Lord.
forever.
I call him Lord of the TikToks.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord Timothais, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. We need to give Lord a shout out. Go check out Lord's YouTube channel. It's right now streaming. Shout out to all of Lord's followers checking it out right now. But go to the description, subscribe to Lord Timothais. He streams all of our lives, even if he's not here. He streams it.
We love you, Lord.
Hey Bert,
Yeah.
just so you know, because of these streams, my watch hours are going up by a lot. So it's like,
that's good.
I'm getting close to getting close
4,000.
to I know.
Well,
I'm only at 400 hours right now, so I'm like, I'm on my way.
Live streams
I don't
really,
even know
really
what
help
that
those
means.
hours.
Yeah.
You have to get a certain amount.
Like,
go ahead.
watch hours and subscribers to get monetized.
Yeah.
Well, we like monetize.
Me too.
I like the money for sure.
Yeah.
So let's go around, talk about everyone's YouTube, everyone's Instagram, and everything. BrainDaddy, do you want to go first?
Sure. So yeah, I'm the BrainDaddy on TikTok and on YouTube. I do, as of right now, political comedy. I just want to take a moment to thank all of my followers personally and all of our followers for being so amazing throughout all of this. And you guys are a huge inspiration, I think. And I just want to say, because of all of you, we did this shit. We got it. Oh, sorry, I said shit. We did this. And they said it again.
And then I said it again.
And then I said it again.
Said it hit. We didn't hear it.
But I just want to take a moment to send some appreciation to all of you guys. You know, a lot of big time TikTokers I know just kind of make videos and don't do much else other than like with their followers. But I just want to say, I know all of us do appreciate you guys as much as you appreciate us. So yeah, to those who are watching, love you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much. And thank you for joining us, Mike. It's really always great to have you. Laurice, would you like to go next? Talk about your YouTube and all of your social media.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. So Laurice F, I'm on Twitter. I'm pretty active on Twitter. If you at me or if you follow me, I'll definitely follow you back. I have, like I said, I have a lot of fandom friends on there. So I'm very active. And then on TikTok, Laurice F. And my main YouTube channel is SuperImprovGal. So, and that has, like I said, it's mostly TV show, like horror show recaps and things like that. I haven't done any shows recently, but if you watch the show Evil on CBS, that's going to be coming out soon, and I'm going to be doing recaps for all that. And maybe
What was your YouTube? What was your YouTube?
It's in the description down below, actually. It's down below.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You can find it there.
If I only knew how to find them.
And Amanda.
It's Amanda Henn here. Nadine is woke on TikTok and I guess Twitter. Bert's Twitter.
Not my Twitter, but I do upload to it. That's all.
Yeah, but you know, I want to thank everybody that's been on these programs with us. And Bert, honey, you're just like another child. I claim you as my own baby, and you know how I love my babies.
Oh,
y'all are just fabulous.
I'll tell anyone on Twitter. I'll tell them that it's like Nadine's son that's talking.
Yeah,
to them.
do it.
There you
Honey,
go.
you know, they know me well enough to know that they don't. I tell everybody, you know, on all of the platforms, I don't know how to do nothing. It was just a miracle that I learned how to do a video. And the friend of mine that encouraged me to do it is Krista B. Allen. And last night she hit 1 million followers on TikTok.
Wow.
Yeah, she's the actress that was on Revenge. She played the Grayson daughter.
Yeah,
and she was in a movie. She was in a movie with me. And one day we were talking. She said, "You need to get on TikTok." And I said, "What the hell is TikTok?"
That's so fun.
Yeah.
And
I used to love that show, Revenge.
Oh, it was my favorite, and it went off.
I know.
And yeah, go ahead, Amanda.
I was going to say something. I'm old. Oh, I know what it was. On TikTok, I make sure that I tell, especially when we do lives, I make sure that all the followers know that it's not my platform. It's the community. I want it to be a community that we can, you know, talk about. You know, after this election is over, we want to make sure that Joe and everybody else follows through with everything that they promised. I mean, we've got to keep this going forever because there's going to be, you know, they're going to start the next round of the Senate races and everything as soon as we get through with this one. You know, it's just a continual campaign anymore.
Yep. Amen.
Absolutely. The never-ending cycle.
And Mermaidmama Maggie.
Yeah, I do comedy on TikTok. Come check it out.
Wait,
she's TikTok famous.
Oh yeah,
she is.
I'm almost at 10,000 followers, people. I know. Big deal.
I try to duet your stuff as much as I can to get people to follow you. I do my best.
You know what? I'm all about the journey. It's just fun. I'm having a blast and I'm enjoying. And you know, it's not about anything for me. It's about, you know, having fun, sharing myself with people, and I am really silly and weird, and I have a really weird sense of humor, and I'm,
That's why I like you so much.
And I do too.
And some people like that, and that's okay.
Y'all, can I say one other thing, Bert?
Yeah, of course.
Tomorrow I'm starting a new vlog because a year ago this month I broke my foot on a television pilot that we were filming, and I was in the bed for 6 months. Well, I was in bed for 3 months. My foot was broken so bad it had to be elevated up above my heart. So I have gained 12 pounds in a year, and I've got to get it off. And tomorrow starts my COVID weight loss, to get rid of my COVID fat.
Oh my God, can I join you?
Yeah, and I'm gonna,
I gained a COVID-15 as well. Let's both go in on it.
I'm gonna vlog about what I'm eating, and I'm gonna do exercise and walk, and I'm gonna, put it on YouTube
and TikTok. You should also put it on TikTok and see what happens.
Yeah, I'll do.
It's a good idea.
I'm going to get rid of my COVID fat ass.
You said you gained 12 pounds in a year?
In a year.
I gained 12 pounds if I had a bag of chips yesterday.
I'm gaining really fast right now.
I didn't even eat anything. It's because I'm not doing anything.
Yeah,
I'm over 300 pounds, if you can believe it.
Oh, please!
I don't think so.
I went from a size 2 to a size 6.
Oh no!
I look like but I don't have any new clothes, and I look like a sausage.
Size 6 is great.
You look beautiful, beauty at any size. But this year has, if you're not somebody who's packed on any weight during this time, you're not in 2020. Okay,
my husband lost
this year
40
doesn't count.
pounds. You're not in 2020.
This year is a wash right now. It's a wash.
Yes, I agree. I agree. It's a wash.
I didn't count my birthday. I don't even count myself an extra year older this year. I said, screw that,
we don't have anything to complain about and be stressed about.
Age doesn't count. We're just the only thing that matters is that Donald Trump is out of office.
Yeah, no, it's definitely the best part of the year is just seeing Donald Trump's face when he's playing golf, and just he deserves this. I don't feel bad for him at all. Just a little bit. I feel a little bit bad sometimes, but then I think about all the bad things that he's done and the 240,000 lives he's killed. Then I don't feel bad anymore.
Donald Trump can go suck a fart for all I care.
Ooh.
A gross fart out of someone's nasty butthole.
He needs to be in jail. We got hit really bad here in New York and New Jersey, and it was just hell. So after all that, and then he completely attacked us. After that, I was like, you know what? Screw him. Bye.
Yep.
But at least the tides are turning.
So anyways, to end it off, I think, so I'll go, I guess, last. My name is Bert. I come from the channel Food Expert, and I travel the world, mostly in Asia, but I'm about to go to Europe because Asia is closed to everybody from America because they don't want our germs, apparently.
Why?
I just love to travel and show people the world and just encourage people to get out of their bubble, out of their state, go try some food that's kind of crazy, like the Rocky Mountain oysters and all the crazy stuff. No, I don't want Rocky Mountain oysters, but I just
in cream sauce.
Yeah, I actually would try it. I try.
Speaking of weight
once.
loss
and dung beetles.
Put me on that. If you put me on that diet, I'd lose a lot of weight. That's for sure.
Yep.
That duck egg nearly made me faint.
Oh yeah. No, I've tried balut. I've tried baby chicken.
Oh,
stop it.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's actually really good.
I honestly, I just looked at my face in the thing. I don't look at myself, and then I'm like,
I had swab one time, and I didn't know what it was. And when I had the bite of it, and somebody told me it was a pigeon, I nearly croaked.
Oh my God!
Pigeon is kind of like duck. It's just really fatty. It's like chicken and duck.
No,
like a flying rat.
Yeah, it's a rat.
A pigeon. It's a bird.
Yeah, but
It's a plane. It's one for man.
It's like
It's a
a
gross
dirty.
bird.
It's like a dirty bird.
Yeah,
No,
It's a dirty bird.
In China they farm. In China they farm the pigeons, and it's
Honey,
really
they
fancy.
farm everything in China.
You
Yeah,
don't just
no.
eat whatever you can eat, Bert. Just don't eat anything.
I'm not a big
Jesus.
meat person, so I'm really picky about that stuff. But
Yeah,
I'm
I'm like Bert.
and
I
you're
love
totally
to eat
different.
different stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not
We've
that
got-
way. I'm very picky.
I'm picky.
Well, okay. You know what? After all this is said and done, after all of COVID, if we all get to travel, I'll go just to go anywhere. I'll eat anything at this point.
Yeah, me
Just to
too.
Get out of
Put
the
some
house.
bacon on it.
I
It'll
will
be
do
good.
anything just to get out of the house right now.
Fine,
got
I'll
the-
eat a
I'll
spider,
travel
fine,
anywhere,
whatever.
but
The
We
Hey,
got-
ramen
there's
noodles,
bread
I
and
nearly get
cheese.
hungry every time he eats them. I'm like,
Yeah.
I want some ramen.
Next week we've got the vegan teacher coming on.
Oh, I love vegan food.
Oh,
I
yeah.
cook
Wait,
vegan
what?
food.
vegan teacher.
I
lied,
was
right?
vegan for 5 years, actually.
Wow.
You are lying,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah,
No.
like no, vegan teacher. Vegan teacher's the lady. Vegan
She's
teacher's
the
the lady that.
TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok judge.
Yeah, I've
like,
seen
she-
her.
She's
She-
very controversial.
I
Yeah.
thought
I
she
see
was
the
a Trump
memes about her.
supporter.
She
Oh.
probably is a Trump supporter. She's awful.
Yeah.
Isn't
She's
she a Trump
crazy.
supporter?
Okay, put BrainDaddy on with the vegan teacher. Let's go.
Wow.
Oh, no. I'll yell
She's
at her
the
whole
one that
time.
says stuff about gay people, isn't she?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
that's
She
why
said it's
she's
not.
very controversial.
Oh,
She
she's
called
homophobic.
us
I think
selfish.
John ought to get a hold of her.
Oh, I can't deal with bigots.
I'll get a hold of her.
Yeah, what she said was very distasteful.
Yeah,
She
no,
said
I'm
we're
not taking with
selfish
bigots.
for coming out.
But
She called
honey,
LGBT
that's,
selfish.
I mean,
What?
those people get lots of views.
Yeah, no,
she
she's
does.
pretty.
She's huge.
She's like got 1 million followers. She's just all she does
Oh.
is say McDonald's is evil and all this
Yeah,
crazy
she's
stuff.
she's the TikTok version of Donald Trump. She's our Donald Trump.
Hey,
on
Great.
TikTok.
whatever
Like,
it
well, we
takes.
already have one. We don't need a TikTok one.
Yeah.
But
Anyways,
you
you
got to
guys-
spread it around.
Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for joining. We're gonna
Thank you.
head off right
I
now.
love everybody.
Make sure all the
you
people
guys.
watching right now, everybody watching right now, goes down the line and subscribes to our YouTube channels and hopefully checks out our TikTok channel and everything. And my channel is Food Expert, and then John's channel, who was on earlier, is Be Less Stupid. It's just a list down below. Everybody is listed, and you can find everybody there. So make sure you do that. And we're going to keep on bringing great people together to have amazing conversations, and we're going to just keep on having fun with this. And we will leave
Even
you
when
with,
he goes to Albania.
yeah. I'm thinking let's end this with Walter Masterson.
Yeah.
Let's end this video
Yeah.
with Walter Masterson. He's in the description down below. You can follow him. This is one of his videos about Black Lives Matters, and he's just a really fun person. Definitely go subscribe to his YouTube, Walter Masterson. Yeah, here it is. I'm going to play it right now. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Love y'all.
Go down the line and subscribe to all of our channels and check them out also. It helps to check us out. Okay, here you guys go.
Hey, bro! Get on the boat, man! Stow your stuff in the cabin! I'm on the phone with my dad's credit card company. Yeah! Woo! What am I doing? Oh, no! Woo! Do you see that? Hello, 911? There's a black man and he's bird watching. Yes, call me back, please. Can you believe that? Oh. 911, they're calling me back. Hello?
This is Black Twitter, motherfucker.
Someone called me from Black Twitter? Have you heard of Black Twitter? Bro, I don't know. I don't see a Black Twitter in the App Store. Excuse me. Yes, he is right. The black Twitter, that is for the Android. Bro, Will Smith is verified on Twitter. Black Twitter and Twitter are the same app. Will Smith is verified on Twitter! Siri, erase all my tweets from before 2013.
Excuse me?
Siri?
Oh, honey child.